Welcome back to Sports Talk is McKimmie for Season 2. This is going to be a record-breaking season. We thought we couldn't top last season, but we are. We're bigger, we're badder, we're going to have guests. This is going to a whole new level, sports fans, but talking about a whole new level, NFL football. We're 3 weeks into the NFL season, and been a lot going on this season. Of course, a lot of the talk is from this week's Thursday night game, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Coach Mike Tomlin making some very questionable calls and going into overtime instead of running for a fourth down and 1 in overtime, trying to get that yard on the 31-yard line instead of kicking the field goal. Very similar to the call that Brett Bielema made for the Arkansas Razorbacks tonight when instead of doing the chip field goal, they decided to run and try a crucial fake. Pittsburgh, of course, right now they're really struggling. They got quarterback Ben Roethlisberger's out, and now with Michael Vick in, it's just really changed that team where Antonio Brown and a lot of their weapons aren't going to be used quite as well. But a lot of people are really starting to question Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh.
Well, Dave, when I was watching that game, the one thing that I thought is like, okay, why not either just run it on 4th and 1, or if you're not going to do that, all right, your kicker, you obviously have no confidence in your kicker, and Scobie did not give them, the team, the fans, Tomlin, much of a reason to believe in him. But he's an NFL kicker. You trot him out there, it's overtime. If he makes it, you win. If not, you keep on playing. And then, you fail to make that pass, Baltimore goes down, and they kick a 52-yarder. And, just a questionable call for sure. We see them all the time.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, it's going to be a tough road for them for a while with Ben Roethlisberger out. With Roethlisberger in, it looked like they were going to be the class of the AFC North this year, but with him out, it's a whole new ball game. But speaking about AFC, let's kind of talk about, what's going on in the AFC so far. And I'd say if you're going to talk about the AFC, you have to talk about the defending Super Bowl champions, the New England Patriots. 3-0, got some people talking about possibly going 17-0 this year.
They're looking good, Dave. And, again, it's just Belichick just piecing together whatever puzzle pieces he has and somehow putting together that puzzle into a championship puzzle. And at the end of it, there it is, the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Well, Mike, it seems
3-0.
Yeah,
3-0 again.
It seems like Tom Brady really is playing kind of like 2007. 2007, he had a chip on his shoulder. He had something to prove.
Well, he definitely has one on his shoulder.
Even last year, you talked about, when they started off 1-2, they were talking about, Brady wanting to get out of New England possibly trading him. He played with a chip on his shoulder, which we talked about at the beginning of the year, saying you can't give up on the Patriots. And this is tough for me to talk about, guys. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Brady's broke my heart so many times over the years, but, right now they're looking like they're going to be tough to beat on the AFC.
Right, and then, he doesn't have, at this point anyway, it doesn't look like the Deflategate will be dealt with in federal court until next February, so it's not going to affect this season. But we look at, there are other teams, the whole AFC East. Buffalo's 2-1. That's a nice story. Jets as well. The Jets came out strong, solid defense, then folded last week. But we got Cincinnati at 3-0. We got Denver at 3-0. In the AFC East, one of the disappointing teams has got to be Kansas City at 1-2. But look at Oakland at 2-1.
Well, I know Raider fans are happy. I mean, after basically 15 years of just inept football playing to actually, they've been looking pretty good. They got a good running game going right now. They've been a big surprise, but you're talking about a big surprise. Indianapolis at 1-2, they were considered, a lot of people were thinking this was the year that Andrew Luck was going to take it to a new level. What's going on in Indianapolis right now?
You really just hadn't seen it. The offense isn't clicking for whatever reason, but, the good news is that they're in a four-way tie for first because everybody else in that division as 1 and 2 as well. Of course, in the NFC, Dallas lost that they really blew a game last week. But, of course, they don't have Tony Romo, who was playing so well at the start of the season, broken collarbone. He's going to be out for the next 6 to 7 weeks. That really looks like a division that they could just run away with. But now, it's going to be a lot tougher for them. Green Bay.
Well, Aaron Rodgers at Green Bay. I mean, five touchdown passes. I got to tell you, I own Aaron Rodgers in my fantasy football league, and I got to tell you, he is, to me, probably him and Brady are the top 2 quarterbacks. In Green Bay, it seems like they're healthy. They had a couple of years that they wasn't healthy, but it seems like they're clicking on all cylinders, and they have a chance of making a run to get back to the big dance this year.
And I'll tell you somebody I'd like to own on my fantasy team is Adrian Peterson. 2-1 Minnesota. But I definitely don't want Jay Cutler. Bears are going down fast. They may be the worst team in the NFL. But look at the South. Cam Newton's got Carolina at 3-0. Matt Ryan has Carolina at 3-0. It's going to be a battle down to the wire. And I really think in the NFC West, how I would so love to see the Rams contend because, I'm such a diehard Rams fan.
Well, Arizona seems healthy right now. They're healthy. They're really rolling. Seattle finally got a win last week, and
they'll be there.
They seem like they was really in a funk, and now it seems like they might be mad, bro. They're ready to do a run for it. So it's going to be a tough division over in the NFC West. But who's right now? If we could pick one team in AFC, one in NFC that's our Super Bowl favorites right now, who would be yours out of the NFC, Mike?
Gosh, the NFC, Dave, I'd have to go with Green Bay, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that'd be my pick. Right now, I think Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, he's just a tough one to beat. I think with the AFC, I'm going to go with the New England Patriots.
How do you go against them?
I mean, right now, they are looking the best they've looked to me since the 17-1 year of 2007-2008.
Right, so we both have a New England Green Bay Super Bowl right now. You heard it here first. We called it.
But, of course, like what happened with Dallas, every team could be, one hit away from their season being over. And we're getting ready to come back for a very special segment. When we come back, we're going to have the one and only Joey Softball. Of course, he was on our record-setting podcast that we had last year where basically the FCC was calling us and thought something was wrong because our ratings shot so high. That was just Joey Softball. If we could get him on here every time, we'd be all over the world, I'm telling you what. But get ready for a great time with the one and only Joey Softball next on Sports Talk is McKimmie.